Hey guys, welcome to the DilaBois podcast with your boy Steve.
Daniel.
Pete.
And Gabe.
We got a new boy in here today.
Thank you guys for having me.
The newest DilaBoy, Gabe. Or the newest guest DilaBoy. We brought him in because one of our main topics today is
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
Yep.
So you all have been playing Destiny 2 a lot. I've played it a little bit. You guys want to just kind of take that ball and start running with it?
Yeah, I've definitely been playing a lot. It's very similar to the first game, but I think there's definitely an improvement. It's less like I think it's like less grindy in a sense, but not necessarily like
In a bad way.
yeah.
Yeah, they definitely took a lot of the core mechanics and polished them. The first one was really rough around the edges in some areas, and they've really done a good job of like fixing that and keeping it a lot more polished. And I do agree with like it being less grindy in a way of like, oh, let me just do these 19 public events and hopefully I'll get this thing. Where it's more like, oh, I can do all these and like I'll get all this cool loot. So that's been really enjoyable, and I've liked the way they've redone armor. Because in Destiny 1, armor could be annoying sometimes.
Yeah, like you can keep like the same stuff pretty well, like if you have something you like, and then just like kind of keep making it better and better.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like the campaign. I just finished it recently, but I never played the first Destiny, so I'm not so sure. I can't compare it as well as you guys can, but it looks really cool, and it was a good amount in depth. It wasn't like too into it, but it wasn't too short either. It was like perfect balance, I say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe, were you the only one here who has completed the campaign?
Yeah,
I think
we're
I'm
both. We just got to the mission on Earth, I think.
Yeah, me and Daniel have been sticking together and taking our time with it.
Yeah. Gabe kind of went straight for the story, and he was kind of like leveling up as we went the story. And me and Steve hit level 20 pretty quick, and we're just kind of taking our time doing like all the side stuff.
Yeah, I remember I hit 20 quick because I would do a mission, then come back and do it with Pete when he got to it, and then I also go back and do it again with Caleb when she got to it.
I am really far behind still. As we talked about last week, I'm still trying to complete Cyber Sleuth before dedicating myself to another game, so I'm going to need to catch up hardcore. I really enjoy the game, though. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it, too. It's really fun to play with friends, too, because you don't necessarily need to all be in the same level. It's just like, okay, who's the farthest back? All right, we'll join your fire team so we can do stuff with you, so you don't have a hard time doing this one hard mission. But then we also all get XP for it.
So y'all can grind me up to that level. Yeah.
Plus, like when you're with a group, like you kind of share all the XP, and it doesn't make it like you're fighting for everything.
Yeah, it's not trying to play Borderlands by yourself, where it's like, oh, well, we expect you to have friends, so here, have fun with the huge horde of enemies.
Yeah, and the same thing with like being like more. Everything is cooperative, and nothing is really like anti-cooperative.
Yeah.
Like in Borderlands, if a gun dropped, it's just that one gun. Y'all have to fight over it.
Oh,
in Destiny,
the pain.
In Destiny, your loot's your loot, and I think that's like definitely a good mechanic for not having when you have everyone in one world. If one gun was to drop and like only one person can pick it up, that would be pandemonium.
Yeah, and I remember in Destiny 1, there were people who would kind of complain that like, oh, I keep doing this one raid trying to get this 1 point whatever percent drop, and this one guy over here is like, oh, I've got like 3 times. I know a lot of people wanted to have it so like within the first 3 minutes of the end of a raid you can like trade gear that you got from that. But I'd rather have that than be like Borderlands where one person can get one gun and there's gonna be lots of infighting over it.
Yeah.
What is everyone's current like level and light level?
I am 20 and then like 265.
And 20 is the regular cap, right?
Yeah, 20 is the level cap as of right now. They're gonna up it with every expansion.
And isn't the light level cap in the 280s before the raid?
It's 300 total. I think it's 280s before the raid. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I want to say I've seen someone with 287 on.
I think that's the highest
on Imager.
I think 287 is the cap. I remember seeing a couple Destiny players talk about that. Steve and Gabe, what are your levels?
Oh, I'm about the same as Daniel. I've hit my level cap at 20, and then I'm around 260.
Yeah, I want to say I'm probably around like somewhere between 180 to 200. I'd probably say.
Are you level 20 yet?
Yeah. If you're not a level 20, when you complete the game, like it automatically pushes you to level 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
So, yeah. It does that. So because I finished the game at level 18 or 19, and then it just pushed me right up to level 20.
Yeah. And I think the way they kind of do that is each like color armor or guns have a kind of cap of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You can level up purple armor to be stronger, but you're not going to find it naturally stronger than 265. The blue armor is 260, and then exotics are just kind of whatever.
Yeah, exotics can range from super low to really high.
And I'm thinking the way that, like, I'm trying to like think other than just like having stronger stuff drop. The only way I can think of getting stronger armor for myself is you can dismantle armor into other armor to make it stronger.
Yeah,
If I dismantle exotic into like the yellows into purple, maybe
yeah,
I can get stronger that way.
mm-hmm. I know purples you can get pretty high too.
Yeah, you can get them up to 350 as a cap for making purple stronger.
Sorry, I'm gonna sound like a real dingus. Is legendary or exotic better?
Exotic's best.
Okay.
Exotic tends to be better. Sometimes it's not. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can get some items that like their ability is kind of whatever,
Yeah.
but some have really, really good abilities. So
You can only have one exotic armor piece and one exotic weapon at a time.
Okay, and
So you
exotic is purple?
Yellow.
oh, yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Sorry. I was
Okay.
doing a little bit of Overwatch where legendary is yellow, so I just...
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Uncommon is green, rare is blue, legendary is purple, exotic is yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, like you can get some cool exotics that have sweet abilities. Like right now, I have my favorite exotic helmet, the Celestial Nighthawk, where it takes your golden gun instead of getting multi-shot. You get a 1 like times 6 damage shot, so it's like really good for like fighting in raids. So it's like, okay, let me just take a huge chunk of this, boss's health. But then you get some where it's like the Lucky Pants, where it's like, oh, I get a better ready speed for my hand cannons. That's niche.
Well, it's all right. Like if it's the only exotic you have, generally you're gonna have it equipped. But like I have a couple options now, and it's kind of like which one do I want to use for when? Like because I have a chest piece that does like art class. I have pants that do void class stuff. I have the Lucky Pants that has the hand cannon. Like it all depends on like how like you're playing the game, like what boss you're going against, because you're gonna have to end up changing your stuff around depending on which boss you go against, because the bosses end up being so hard, depending on who you are and what your skill level is, that you need to like change everything you have in your character to be good against that one boss.
Yeah, and then when you do the missions with certain mods where certain damage types do more, you
Yeah.
want to be able to switch that around to your advantage.
And I think the raid boss that the first one they released was that the mod changed every time, so that you didn't know until you got into it what you needed, basically.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a certain preference for like what guns you like using more so than other? Like a style, like a scout rifle? Or...
I like auto rifles a lot.
Yeah.
Really strong hand cannons, like the Sunshot's really fun to play with. Pulse rifles, not big on submachine guns. They're good for up close and personal, but I feel like Destiny's not a game where you need to be up close and personal, because the bosses have such strong melee attacks that it's almost like you don't want to be that close to them.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I like a good auto rifle, a good hand cannon. Scout rifles and pulse rifles are all right. I'll use them if they're good.
My hand gets tired because I play a lot and I grind when I play. So like I'm sitting there for like hours and my hand just gets tired from hitting the button so much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like and when I play like Call of Duty or like other like online like multiplayer shooters, I like scout rifles. Like I like one shot like
My
semi-automatics.
fingers are numb.
Yeah, my hand just ends up hurting after a while.
You end up like that guy in that Guitar Hero video.
Oh god, the guy that was like his fingers were bleeding by the time he's done.
Yeah, he did it though. He got it 100%.
100, I can imagine.
Yeah, and then like for power weapons, I like anything explosive for a power weapon, like not the shotgun, like the grenade launchers, the rocket launchers.
I have a legendary grenade launcher. I think it's called the Prospector or something like that.
Yeah,
Thing is crazy. Like
that looks good.
when you were doing the Cabal excavation thing, where like they're playing with the drill, and you got to shoot the Thresher out of the sky. One clip and he's gone. Like
Nice.
It's amazing.
I remember I got a linear fusion rifle that was pretty nice. It took out that pretty well.
Yeah, the fusion rifles are fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see like what, because the PvP usually ends up getting like there's like one gun that's pretty meta, Like, the
Yeah.
fusion rifles were pretty meta. Those are the power rifles. They only got them, like, when the purple ammo dropped in PvP. But, like, I just remember, like, turning the corner and just getting roasted by one of those.
Yeah, I roasted a few people with one of mine once.
Yeah.
I got the purple
roasted.
armor, and I was like, I got the purple ammo. I was like, all right, turn this corner. I dare you.
Yeah, and I was actually playing some of the competitive Crucible last night,
hmm
and it's definitely interesting. Like, it's kind of similar to Overwatch, where, like, it's way longer for the more competitive stuff.
hmm
Like, it's there was one where it's basically like CS:GO, where you have to plant the bomb. Like, it's kind of like terrorist, counter-terrorist, and everything. And you play, like, best, like, 5 out of 11 or whatever.
Wow.
Or, like, whatever it is.
I hope they're quick matches, right?
They kind of are. You're gonna be playing for, like, 20, 30 minutes if you're playing, like, a full round, like a full match. And the other one was just eliminate each other, and you had, like, you had your lives that you had, and then you had 8 extra lives, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, if you died, now your team has 7 lives left.
Oh,
And you have to,
okay.
yeah, you keep on going and going. That was definitely interesting.
Yeah, I haven't played anything in the Crucible outside of just, quick play.
Quick play, yeah. But it's definitely, and I kind of miss 6v6, but 4v4, because they kind of changed up, like, it's, in the last game it was 4v4 with, like, I think they also did 6v6,
Yeah.
4v4. This game was all 4v4, basically. I'm curious to see if they changed that at all, but it seems pretty well balanced.
If I remember correctly, the reason why they went with 4 and 4 is so you could have, like, your clan with you, and it could all be your clan.
Yeah, that
It
makes
was easier to keep together.
That makes a lot of sense.
You pull less randos that way.
Yeah.
Steve, you want to stay for the record? Our clan name?
Oh yeah. If you guys play Destiny on anything, I don't think it matters what console.
All of you
But,
out there listening.
Yeah, but we've all played PS4 right now. We're Hunter X Titan. We have the power of God and anime on our side.
Yo. So what advantages do clans give us?
So when you level up, with not even doing PvP, just anything, you get clan XP, and the higher your clan gets, the more things we get. So like when we hit level 2, we'll get more glimmer from like chests and stuff. I think at level 3 you get increased something. Level 4 you get higher or better drops for engrams and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like it gives you better drops and better loot,
Is there a limit on how many people can be in a clan?
not to my knowledge.
So, like, it almost makes you want to just, like, join, like, the biggest clan out there, right?
I guess theoretically, but is that fun?
I don't know. I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it kind of makes us, like,
I mean, if you don't care about fun and you're just trying to be the best player, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
I know they really wanted to promote like you and your friends play, make your own clan.
Yeah, that's, I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I want to do, but, like, I can't, like, if I'm at a disadvantage.
Games want to sell to people and their friends. They want to make it so you convince your friends into buying these games.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Like I know a lot of people wanted Overwatch to have a play offline mode, and Blizzard kept saying like, "Oh, we'll like try and see. We'll try and find a way for it to work." But then someone went back and found someone asked like years and years and years ago about WoW having a pure offline mode, but you can still play, and they had officially stated no, they didn't want that. And the reason why being because if you're playing and your friend hops on and sees, oh, he's playing World of Warcraft, maybe I should play with them. Like, it incentivizes you to get World of Warcraft and play with your friend.
It's like a forced word of mouth kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So I know that's why we'll probably never see that for Overwatch, like a play offline mode. Or a pure offline mode.
So, the raid... When is the raid? Is there already a raid, or...
I believe the Nightfall happens on Wednesday.
So, today, if this is the day of the podcast release.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's when it is. And I believe it's the Inverse Spiral, if I remember correctly. The one from the beta.
Oh, okay. There was a raid in the beta?
Yes, when the beta released, it was, I think it was like 1 or 2 story missions. It was the Inverse Spiral as the raid, and then like 1 or 2 PvP modes.
Okay.
I'm excited. I've never experienced a raid before, so this will be my first one. So I know one of my friends was telling me that that you have to be at least a minimum of level 20, I think it is, to get into the raid.
Yeah.
For Nightfall, yeah.
Are they 6 people?
Well, you have your Nightfalls, which I believe are just you and 2 other people. But then there are the big ones, like in Destiny 1, there was the Vault of Glass, Crota's End, and I think it was the Saber 2, or no, Wrath of the Machine, where we fought Saber 2, where it had to be 6 people because it was that hard.
But this is I'm curious to see if they do 6 people because the PvP is 4 people, so I might just be sticking to like the 4.
From what I hear about the raids though, is like even the raids can feel like almost like a different game. Almost like it incorporates stuff that you don't normally have to worry about in the main game.
Yeah, like Vault of Glass is like the popular one because that was like the hardest and like the first. Like you had to do so much different things just to get to the raid itself.
Isn't there like platforming and stuff?
There was a platforming sections. There were parts where you had to like destroy certain enemies first, or else it just completely wiped your team, and you had to start from the last checkpoint. It was intense, and a lot of people really liked it.
It's just like the best like version of a boss battle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like the entire level is a boss battle.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's exciting.
Yeah, especially like it makes you want to grind to get like the best gear so you can like be well prepared for it.
Yeah, and then the gear you can get from doing those are really good.
Yeah, so you want to end up doing them multiple times. You want to see like what ends up being like the best way to get through them and everything like that.
Now, is there a like I know, Steve, you said about how you restart from the last checkpoint. Is that like you continuously just keep respawning, or is it like a limited amount of lives you have?
Well, in the like the harder modes, it's you have a 30-second respawn time, or someone can revive you. But it's really hard if you have more than one teammate down at a time to get everyone revived, and if you're all waiting to be revived, that means you're wiping. You go back to the respawn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you die, like it's definitely a setback for sure.
Yeah, especially when you're like 3/4 of the way into the boss's health, and then like all of a sudden an AOE attack takes out like 3 players at once. Now all of a sudden the whole team has to scramble to get them back, and now everyone's panicked. What bosses or enemies are spawning, and you get wiped, and it's like, oh great, that was like 20 minutes worth of work right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in the final original Destiny raid from the final DLC. Achievement Hunter put out a video, and one of their members, Jeff, was panicking the entire time because he knew that if he died, that it would ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think they had to end up redoing the raid because someone died, and it seems insanely like annoying.
Yeah.
Like
it's intense.
Mm-hmm. But that's just how raids have always been when it comes to any game. You have to work together and keep going.
Yeah, this is, and I feel like people like cling on to Destiny so much because it's like the first person shooter version of like an MMO like raid.
So we have the PC version's not out yet, obviously. Do you guys know any of the big advantages that are going to come with it being part of the Battle.net family now?
I honestly haven't heard anything about it being advantageous.
I guess that's going to be where the community is located.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be available through Blizzard, and I don't think it's going to be on Steam or anything.
Nope.
No.
Because Activision owns it.
Yeah. A lot of games end up doing that though. Like, what is it? EA has Origins.
Yeah,
Yes.
EA does have an Origin.
Like there's games that are all on the different platforms, and they end up doing well just because they're the big titles.
But Battle.net also already has a big community, so it would probably be advantageous for it to.
And like honestly, I think they might do well getting some, just like almost like I would call it foot traffic almost. Like if you're going through a mall and you're always going to the same shop, say that like Macy's is your World of War, and you pass by like another shop on the way to Macy's every day, you might like stop and like look inside there. People might stop and say, "Hey, I'm going to World of Warcraft," but that's when they keep on hearing stuff about it. It's kind of like an MMO, but it's more like a shooter. Maybe I'll try that out. I mean, I'm wondering if they'll get like a lot of player base that way.
Like, oh, I play World of Warcraft, and like Overwatch is fun, but not really my thing. Maybe I'll see this. It kind of is a middle ground or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly it. I think will help.
But we'll see for sure. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, Battle.net now houses a very interesting like variety of games. Not a lot of crossover in like genres or anything. They got StarCraft.
Except for Here's the Storm, which is giant crossover.
Yeah, well, I mean like in types of game because
yeah.
they got Diablo, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and now Destiny 2. Is that the Battle.net family?
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
That's so.
I think
2...
Hearthstone's the biggest departure from the genre that they go for.
Well, from what I understand, Overwatch was a big kind of like, wait, Blizzard's doing this kind of game?
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
And is Destiny 2 going to be the first major non-Blizzard developed game on Battle.net?
Yep. When you look at it, it's got a little tab for Activision. It doesn't have like it's like Blizzard. Everything's Blizzard, and then one little tab says Activision.
Is this Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm curious to see what other games they'll put on there. My thing is, they're not going to put a bunch of small games on there. Small games are always going to go to Steam.
Yeah.
Because that's just
those
easier.
indie games.
Yeah.
Steam has like an indie community just because they've made...
It's just like the name brand PC community, basically.
It's the go-to. It's a household name.
And it's not even a bad thing. I'd say that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
People have their problems with Steam, but it's made its place.
Yeah. When you think PC gaming, you're going to think Steam.
Steve, I only have Origin.
Oh.
I don't use
Thank you.
digital copies on
Also,
PC.
by the way, here's my resume. I'm leaving.
I use my my GameSpy account.
I only use physical CDs.
Oh, what about Uplay?
Physical CDs, that's it.
So, Gabe, you never played Destiny 1, did you?
I never have, no.
You two, did you beat all of it, including all of the DLC?
All the DLC, we played it on the first generation console. We played it 360.
Yeah, we
You played it on both, though, Steve, right?
Yes, I did play both.
The last expansion didn't even come out for the 360.
It didn't?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
They finally stopped doing support for it by that time.
Did you play everything that came out on the 360?
I want to say I only played the first one.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember grinding. I remember having a lot of time. I don't remember a whole lot.
I do remember when you two were on that kick, though, a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the thing was, my 360 crapped out on me because it was at the end of lifespan, honestly, of that console generation,
Mm-hmm.
and like it came out on both for sure. So like it's definitely out there. So my 360 actually died before I finished playing all the DLC and everything.
I've seen a lot of people forget, like, they talk about the graphics jump between Destiny 1 and 2. A lot of people forget that Destiny 1 was last generation at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember me and you played together, and it was around Christmas time when your 360 finally crapped, and I ended up getting a PS4, and I was like, oh, I want to get Destiny again until Daniel can get a console and we can play again together, and we just kind of forgot about it.
Years pass, and we finally playing it again together.
Yeah, I ended up just buying it in the beginning of the summer, around May, when I knew Destiny 2 was going to come out, so I wanted to replay it again and redo everything.
So we're, at this point, we're getting close to having dedicated half of this podcast to Destiny, so, we'll see what other topics we got up our sleeves.
Yeah.
And, continue this, maybe.
And hopefully y'all can look forward to us streaming some Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to keep talking about it, but it's one of those things where we're still in an early stage, so, if people don't want to hear it, we don't want to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
But, well, before this, reviews of the game out of 10. What do you guys think?
It's definitely a solid 8.
Or even if you don't have a number, just what are your thoughts on the game overall?
Yeah. I was thinking 8 too. I mean, the thing is, I hate putting numbers on games like that because it's all about the experience you have, and I can't quantify your experience with the game. Like, if it's the kind of game you want to play, then go ahead and play it. If you're on the fence about it, I would say maybe give it a try at a friend's house or whatever. But if you like first-person shooters, if you
like RPGs,
like collecting armor, I love collecting and upgrading my armor. I don't know why, but grinding, collecting armor, and upgrading guns and stuff, and picking out what looks nice with each other, putting shaders and everything on it, and then playing online with friends and random people. The public events is just a big hey, I don't know anyone here, but let's all defeat this boss real quick together. It's just a fun experience, I think.
What about you, Steve, Gabe?
I'd give it an 8 out of 10, but I know it'll get better because with every expansion they'll add more.
Yeah.
7.6 out of 10, too much water.
I think Destiny 2 definitely has a lot to offer to just a mass majority of people. I mean, for me, first tackling into it, I thought it was going to be a typical game. I couldn't play by myself. An hour. For certain games, I can only play about an hour before I get bored of it or I need someone else to play with. But I found myself with Destiny 2 just grinding through the whole campaign because I was like, oh, it's actually starting to get really interesting.
Yeah.
And I think it has I think Destiny 2 just has something for everyone in it. So I think it's definitely a game you should probably get and just try to check out just a little bit.
And especially for you, jumping in at the second game, do you feel like you missed out on anything, or do you think it's a good entry to the series?
I think I probably missed out a little bit. Like at first, I'm not sure if like all the main like Cade and Zavala, I think his name was,
Uh-huh.
like they're all still a part of the first one. I'm assuming. Right?
There.
And you didn't really know the significance of the tower.
Yeah, I
as
had
well.
no idea what the tower was. I had no idea what the light. Like everyone says it's light, but apparently now it's power. I think, or something like that, or vice versa.
That's the light level.
Yeah, light level is now power or something like that. So
Yeah.
I was like, I got confused at first, and I was like, wait, there's a lot of stuff. But once when you get the hang of it and like start playing it some more, it's really fun to play.
Yeah, and I am still very early in the game, so I don't have full thoughts for him. But the way it was presented to me, like when I first started playing, it felt like almost like a Borderlands-esque MMO kind of thing with a gameplay style, and it felt like Halo, which is one of my favorite things. I mean, it's a Bungie game, so like the shooting the guns has the same satisfying feeling, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Like killing the aliens and the enemies and stuff is like really satisfying.
Yeah, all like the death animations for like a lot of the enemies, like when you headshot a fallen, like their soul kind of comes out in a weird looking way, and like when you headshot like a Taken, and like they like implode, and it's like a little spiral. Like the game has got great polish.
And Steve and Daniel, you guys are playing as hunters, right?
Yep.
Correct,
And
but
then-
Life.
And then
For
me
life.
and Gabe are playing as Titans. And then we got Daniel's girlfriend out there playing a Warlock, right?
yeah, and they give you 3 like character slots, so you can basically it's kind of intended to you play all 3 kind of.
Yeah. But I was going to say one of my favorite things early in the game is activating Captain America powers and just beating down enemies.
Yeah, the supers are cool for sure.
Wait till you get your subclass.
Yeah,
your second
I've
one
heard
is
about
like-
it. The Hulk one or
Yeah,
whatever,
it's
Steve
literally.
described it to
I
me.
feel like I'm just in like a movie, like a Marvel movie. I'm just one day I'm Captain America, the next day I'm
Yeah, that's
Hulk.
actually like
I can
one of my
switch.
favorite ways to like talk about Destiny is like the game makes you feel like an action hero because you'll like jump all around as you're falling to the ground, like landing headshots, hit the ground, activate a super. All of a sudden now you have like an arc staff and you're like flipping around, knocking enemies around, dodging bullets, throwing grenades.
And early on, me and you, Steve, I think Gabe was there too, or someone was with us. I assume Gabe. We were doing a quest. We were going through a series of tunnels, and I just ran through there, just using the melee button on everybody. It just felt so good,
Yeah.
just knocking them out. I did have a very stupid moment though, where my big square shield. I kind of was expecting it to be like a Reinhardt shield. I tried to shoot through it. Can't shoot through it.
Can't shoot through it, no.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think this game gets our recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
But something that caught my attention that kind of made me like waver whether I want to be thinking about Destiny super hard right now. I heard a little birdie told me something about there might be a Nintendo Direct.
So Nintendo scheduled a Direct for Wednesday. And Gabe, do you know what a Nintendo Direct is?
No, I do not.
Whenever
Please inform me.
Nintendo makes a press release, basically,
They do a direct announcement to the fans via YouTube and like other streaming services.
typically it's either a live stream of somebody talking or it's a pre-made video. And it's typically their preferred way of getting out most of their information.
Yeah, because I think Nintendo was tired of like hearing it like going through like different third parties. They want to go directly to their fans and talk to them. That's why it's called Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, but this one kind of came out of the blue. It got scheduled on from the Nintendo Direct channel. It got scheduled on Wednesday. And the game that was put in the description when it says featured games was Super Smash Brothers.
And we talked about this. This is like the one thing that we really, really want for the Switch. Look, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And so I remember a news article back at the release of Smash for Wii U, Smash 4. They talked about how the development team had already started on Smash 6. But internally, Smash 4 was 4 and 5 because it was the Wii U and the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
So internally, 6 would be the follow-up to that. Which could mean either the Switch version is an independent game, or it is a remake.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that it's so close to 4 and 5. I mean, how old is the game? Like 1 or 2 years?
4 or 5. I started work at Shadow of the Establishment when it came out.
It's 3 years.
So
it
3
came
3
out-
years old.
Yeah, it came out at the end of 2014.
See, that's normal sequel cycle. I could see that being a normal sequel, but it's not. It's Smash.
If anyone has a phone out, can you guys look up the distance between Melee and Brawl and 4?
I believe it was
I'll
close to
look it up.
I
8
know
years.
Super Smash Bros. And Melee had a very short gap. Or not a very short, but a relatively short gap. but some of these had big gaps.
I believe it was almost 8 years for Brawl.
You and I were playing Brawl in middle school,
Yeah, we were.
and we were playing Smash 4 post graduating high school.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 years after graduating high school.
Yeah, I remember. That's how.
Okay, so Super Smash Bros. 1999, Super Smash Bros. Melee. 2 years later, 2001. 7 years later for Brawl.
Yep.
And then 6 years later, 2014 for Wii U. So we're not super far off.
It seems like it's more likely that it would be a port than a.
But I kind of want more from it at this point.
Well,
I want way more from it actually.
Well, okay, so I want to know what you guys think about this. So, Smash for Switch. Would you guys want it to? If it was a remake, would you guys want more characters?
Yes, I'd want at least a few more.
Yeah, I would want characters we lost back. I think like Ice Climbers.
Because Ice Climbers were only removed because of the limitations of the 3DS. If this one's independent,
Yeah,
they could bring it back. Because I'm pretty sure they were almost completed in development.
I don't think Snake's gonna make a comeback. I wish he would. I don't see Wolf coming back either.
I've heard talks of possibly the addition of Rabbids.
It could happen with the new crossover.
Especially with the well reception to that crossover.
The thing is, like, rabbits are minions of video games.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna diss them because gameplay is also very important. Like, the characters aren't always everything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have a strong connection to Cloud, even though I know Cloud's an iconic gaming icon. Like he's up there. I love playing as Cloud. I love playing as Ryu. Like they're iconic characters, but like their gameplay is like what draws me out all the time.
Or I know I'm a heretic. I like playing Corrin a lot, and I've never played Awakening.
Yeah, I played like 4 minutes of Awakening.
Corn's not from
Sorry,
Awakening.
sorry. I meant to say
Fire Emblem.
I meant to say like Fire Emblem. I didn't mean to say Awakening.
I've played Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone.
Steve,
That's about it.
Steve, forgive me.
Pete, I'm gonna have to set you on fire.
You know
I
nothing
know
of
this.
anime waifus.
Lucina and Robin were from
Yeah,
Awakening,
there you go.
and Corrin was from Birthright?
Birthright and Conquest.
Conquest. Oh, okay. Those are good. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Lucina is
Shut
Marth's
up.
sister, and they have to fight Robin, who's their mom or dad, depends on
And
if you want to be.
Crom is their big papa.
Yeah.
You call me Big Papa.
Gabe, do you have any characters that you would like to see in Smash?
I'm not that on top of my head. I can't think of anybody like off the top of my head. But I'm curious to see if potentially would they bring back that like little story mode like they had the one time.
Subspace Emissary?
Okay,
Yo!
If it's up to Sakura, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Do not think so. Okay.
But apparently
Sakurai,
Sakurai has passed
Sakurai.
development off to, what was it Namco Bandai that did work on it?
I think so because that's how they got
Let me grab my case.
the deal with Pac-Man, right?
I believe so, yeah. That's how they would get the deal.
The thing is, the roster in the Smash game is already amazing. Like, it's kind of hard to ask more from the roster, but I just want like more. The thing that like got me mad with Mario Kart was amazing, especially on the Switch. But there wasn't that big of a difference going from Wii U to Switch. I think a lot of these releases are for people that never had the Wii U, and it kind of makes me.
But because the Wii U did not sell that much.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it makes 100% sense, and I think they should do it. They should go for it to make the money that they kind of like had lost out on the Wii U. But I just kind of want more from it.
I feel like they should probably definitely like take out certain things. Like I don't know if you remember that like chess game mode kind of thing they used to have, where you used to like walk around with your Mii.
Yeah, that was kind of something else. Like the
Oh, the board game?
yeah,
board
like
game.
the board game
Yeah.
little thing where you used to walk
like
around.
there
right?
was a lot of extra stuff in this game, and there's a lot of stuff that that could have been story mode. Really,
Something I would love to see in the Switch version is it was not in the Wii U version, but it was in the 3DS version. It was essentially like city mode, but the city trial from Kirby Air Ride, but Smash characters. You were running around. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Smash Run.
Yeah, Smash Run.
Yeah, you run around, get boosts and collectibles and different things, and you get at the end of it, you get to use those in an all-out battle and see who wins.
yeah. I don't remember ever playing much of that. Like, I don't know. I remember playing Adventure in like like the melee adventure mode and all that stuff. That was the heyday for me.
You had to play the adventure mode to get all the characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that the one where you had where you had to fight different challenges, where you had to fight different people?
I think you're thinking of All-Star mode.
Yeah, there's
Am I thinking
All-Star
of
and
okay.
adventure mode. Yeah.
Adventure mode. It started off. Was it the Link level or the Mushroom Kingdom? Yeah, Mushroom Kingdom. Then you went to Hyrule.
Yeah.
And you had to go find the real Master Sword, and you had to fight the fake Links.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I heard there's something more like that in this port. It'd be nice.
And I could definitely see having a melee mode where it's melee not necessarily graphics but mechanics.
It would also be very, very neat to see a combination of maps from the Wii U in the 3DS.
I think if they don't do that, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
The 3DS had a lot of cool maps that a lot of people didn't get to experience. We got the remake of Corneria.
Corneria is my favorite map, and the fact that it just wasn't on the
Yeah,
the
we got
Wii
stuck
version.
with Lilac Cruise or whatever.
the
Garbage.
yeah.
And then they had the what's it called stage, the Zelda one where it was the bridge from Ocarina of Time with the twin sisters who would do stuff to each side of the stage.
Twin Robo.
Yeah, that was cool too.
I'm trying to think what else. 3DS. 3DS had a cool Pac-Man stage.
3DS had Picto Chat.
Way better than Pac-Land. Way better than Pac-Land.
What about 75M? I feel like that's the most hated map, right?
I believe so.
Which one was 75M?
That's the Donkey Kong one.
Where it's the retro platforms and stuff in Donkey Kong, so it's
all the little red girders?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That one's the worst one.
Yeah, but they had Picto Chat on 3DS.
Did it also have Electroplankton from Brawl? I think it did.
Maybe.
I don't know. Could be dumb. I could be real stupid. They had a severely superior map to Pac-Land, though, for Pac-Man.
Yeah. Pac-Land isn't awful. It's just one of those moving maps.
Pac-Land is awful.
It's got the fairy.
I'm the green Donkey Kong.
It's got the fairy.
Yeah, the fairy at the end.
I don't know. We'll just have to see. Because it could be anything at this point.
Mm-hmm. You know what I wish they would do though? When it came look backtracking here to Snake not being in it. I wish and I hope they can find a character who doesn't really have a defined moveset in Smash Bros. So they can put them in and then kind of give them something similar to Snake's.
I felt like that was their original idea, was Zero Suit Samus, and then they just kind of did whatever with her.
I didn't get that impression.
She has a couple moves that were from Snake, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah. Or at least her Final Smash.
Yeah, Final Smashes, that's about it.
I could be wrong, but I think I saw someone talking about how she had a couple moves.
Okay.
We'll see. At this point, all we can do is wait. Nintendo could they can really bring anything because
They could just be a 35-minute Nintendo Direct about I don't know.
Spaghetti and
What's
meatballs.
something dumb?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Pikmin 4.
The sequel to Hey Pikmin.
People would lose their shit over Pikmin 4, but I'm just that's not something I care about.
I know some people are also holding out hope for Animal Crossing.
Yep, Animal Crossing. I have my fingers crossed for something Animal Crossing related.
I think Smash would be a smart decision.
Mm-hmm.
Smash sells consoles, and so far they don't have a November slot for release
Yeah,
for
we're
a
talking
Switch
about
game.
the other podcast.
And if they release that for the holidays, boom.
Boom.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw, I saw a news article, the original NES Classic is going back into production
Really?
for 2018. Yeah,
Okay,
apparently.
I know a lot of people didn't get their hands on one that really wanted
And
one.
they're also amping up the production run on the SNES Classic.
Okay, good. Smart. Because I do want to get my hands on an SNES Classic.
I care more about the SNES than the NES Classic.
Yeah,
but
me too.
Having both of them would be cool for sure.
Yeah, because, it'd be cool. It's really more of a, conversation piece for the NES Classic for me, whereas I actually play the SNES Classic a lot.
Yeah, and when you see that the demand is so high that you have stuff going for $300, $400, how many dollars on eBay.
Lots of money.
And then people are actually paying for it.
Yeah, and people are actually buying it. It's kind of stupid not to that's money just sitting there waiting for it. I don't know. I can't see them losing much money if they only do a limited production run again.
I feel like if they end up coming out with a Smash for the Switch, and especially releasing it out in that time around November, I know for myself, I still have yet to get a Switch. I know that'll definitely be one of the deal breakers for me. I'll definitely have to go out and grab one. because I've always been a big Smash person and whatnot. So
What are your thoughts on the Switch, Gabe? We had a very long Switch conversation last week, but all of us have Switch. It'd be interesting to know about Outsider.
I like the concept. Like I've always thought Nintendo always have done something different than like the other competitors of like Xbox and PlayStation. Like when they first came out with the Wii, I thought that was revolutionary. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, you have like a wireless controller and it's just like off a motion sensor. But I like the idea of the Switch being able to like carry it with you and have it be like portable. The only issue is I'm not sure if I'm gonna like if I ever get one, I'm not sure if I'll be a big fan of like the Joy-Cons as much. I'm not sure if I'll like that, but I mean, all in all, the console seems pretty like fun and like definitely for Nintendo games, all those I would like to get back into and play them again.
Yeah, that's definitely the big thing with the Smash for Wii or for the Switch is how is the controls going to work? Because if I have to use one Joy-Con by itself, they're
not going to make you do that. Smash has always given you good options.
Yeah, many ways.
My thing is though they have to have one Joy-Con play by itself as a control scheme.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, there's no way they can not have that.
Do they already have something built? So, like, you know how the Wii U has it where you can come back and play, like, with the Game Boy... Or, I'm sorry.
The GameCube controller.
The GameCube controllers. Do they have that already set up for the...
Not yet, but that came out with Smash 4 for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 2 USB ports in the dock.
Okay.
So, in the dock, I'm thinking maybe they can use the same... plug-in GameCube controller thing. Hopefully.
I would very much hope, but
but we'll see. I'm kind of hoping for like.
I could also definitely see Smash Switch getting rid of the 8-player Smash mode.
Yeah, as cool as it was for Smash 4, I can see them dropping it for like
especially
space.
for the power on the Switch. Like,
I think they might do local play.
Like an 8-player local play.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh, I can see that.
Especially if you have like just like a big group of friends over and you guys all like split 2 TVs, 2 different.
Yeah, the only thing that I could see being a problem is latency. Mm-hmm. That could be definitely a huge like roadblock, but I don't know. Roblox, yeah, be a huge Roblox. We'll see though.
Yeah, definitely that Roblox.
That's all I can think because it's gonna be. It might even be. It's not gonna be out by the time this podcast is up, or it might be a little bit after that.
But... it depends. I've been having a habit of uploading these at like 11:45.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Just curiosity: has Nintendo ever like re-released like old games? Like, you know how like PlayStation they have.
Oh yes.
That's like their main thing.
I was like, I don't know, just out of the blue. Like I was watching this video the other day about Super Mario 64. How there was some like mod I think on the PC where you can play with like 20 players.
Super Mario 64 online. Alpha out of YouTuber I watched just did a video on that.
That's what. Okay, so I was watching that then, and I was like, that would be really cool if they like, I don't know, just Switch like brings back.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it ever happening.
This is a dumb cross promotion, but Gabe, honestly, listen to our second episode. The entire podcast is about re-releases and remakes and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they will redo hopefully a lot of games for the Switch.
I mean, they're already starting to do that, but we don't know about the Virtual Console yet.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're waiting to hear on, and I can tell you right now that we're not going to see that many internet-focused games on the Switch because it's an on-the-go console. So.
True that.
Rip Destiny port to the Switch. I don't think anyone wanted it, but rip.
I'm excited. I'm very excited for Pokken coming this month, and the next month we get
Pokken's
Odyssey.
Pokken's another game where I played it on the Wii U. I'm not sure if I.
I loved it on the Wii U. I think I will love it a lot more on the Switch. I think it definitely will benefit for me for being able to pick up, play a couple of rounds, and then put it away.
That is true.
Until you play me, because I haven't played the game, but I know the Chandelier. You can just spam that one beam attack.
And also we get new characters, and I'm excited for that too.
The new characters that I thought should have been the Wii U.
I mean, obviously they should have, but obviously the Wii U did not decide to get more development.
Yeah, it's like, I was mad because the characters that come out on the Switch version were on the arcade cabinets.
They came as DLC to the arcade cabinets.
And you couldn't get it. You couldn't go to an arcade cabinet. And like, they had a one in Times Square, Dave & Buster's for a while. But unless you were in like Japan, you couldn't your hands on.
I don't think the one in the Town Square Even Busters was even around by the time the update came out with those characters.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But we also do get a completely original though. Decidueye is making its first appearance.
Really?
It's not in the arcade game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll see. I don't know.
Decidueye.
Was there anything else that was promoted? What was you said? It was Nintendo. What was it called?
Direct?
Direct? Yeah. Was there anything else?
The only thing, at least in the post I saw, the only thing I saw tagged was Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
But it is a 45-minute direct, so I'm definitely going to be watching
I can
it.
see them talking about Smash for a good while. And if they announce Animal Crossing, I can see them talking about Animal Crossing for a good while too.
Mm-hmm.
But
45 minutes is a big direct, though.
yeah.
No, and that was coming out. When does that come out?
It comes out tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
So
okay.
well, I think it might even be like a 2018 lineup video as well as like Christmas, like holiday time stuff.
Honestly, depending on what you guys feel, if it's a big enough announcement, we might be able to do like a mini podcast on it.
Yeah,
post,
for sure.
Post it, do it on
review.
Thursday or Friday or something to sit around and talk about it quickly.
Just like a reaction video almost.
Yeah, kind of.
That'd be fun.
It's some exciting information, hopefully. I mean, Nintendo Directs typically do not disappoint.
Yeah, like I'm simultaneously like a PC Master Race and a
Nintendo fanboy.
Nintendo fanboy.
Nintendo.
My ideal setup, I mean, yeah, I have a PS4 and I love it, but like my ideal setup would be a gaming PC and a Nintendo console.
Yeah, like consoles are fun because it unifies everyone. And you can just play with it's hard to play PC with everyone. It's easy to someone has a PS4, someone's brother has a PS4, someone's cousin has a PS4.
Or it's like, hey, you guys want to play PC? Oh, I have a MacBook. I have my computer's from 2002.
I have a Commodore 64.
It's like that H3H3 video where the newscaster is talking about the Ubuntu laptop or whatever.
Oh yeah,
The Ubuntu ruined the girl's life because it was running Linux or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You see, for me, I have PC, I have a Nintendo console, and I don't mind the PlayStation as my console, because PlayStation has some, good, exclusives. But at the same time, on a PC, I can still also access the Microsoft Store and play Microsoft games that way, so that eliminates my need for Xbox.
To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent.
There's definitely games that aren't there.
But they're trying to lower that gap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Before we move away from Directs quickly, though, I just wanted to remember, Steve, I don't remember who was there, but we were all at your house for the Cloud announcement.
Yeah.
The Direct. That was insane.
Yeah, we lost it.
I don't think I ever expected a Cloud to be in Smash.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they're gonna announce something crazy like that too, or if the fact that we already have Cloud in the game is gonna kind of make it not as exciting that a crazy character is gonna be in the game.
I remember Cloud was always one of those jokes people made up there with Goku and stuff in Smash.
Goku, Steve from Minecraft.
If they actually get Goku in Smash, though, what if?
What's the main character from Roblox's name?
Kermit the Frog.
Oh, Kermit the Frog. We're gonna have that Miss Piggy for Smash.
Yo,
her freaking.
I mean, she Smash.
Her Smash. Her what's it called? Smash Ball move, whatever.
Her
Super
Final
Smash?
Yeah.
Or Final Smash? That's
Final
it. Shut
Smash.
up.
It's just hulked out Miss Piggy.
She's like, my Kermit!
She has Kermit in her hand. He's doing the Kermit arms. He's just smacking people with Kermit.
The Kermit flail.
Oh,
Nintendo hired us.
Please, someone reach out to Nintendo. If your dad works at Nintendo, please get Miss Piggy and Kermit in Smash.
This is a completely off gaming topic, but this is one time my mom asked, dinner's ready. I'm like, I text her back, I'm not home, and she just responds to me with this the Kermit the Frog flailing gift. I was I didn't even know my mom knew what gifts were.
Oh, man.
She didn't. She dropped her phone.
Apple freaking, I don't know about Android, but we have gifts integrated into our iMessage chat now.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
I actually just got because I have a Pixel. I just got Oreo, Android 8.
Also, guys, they just announced a new iPhone, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who has an iPhone here, and I don't care.
People are probably out there losing their minds. And I'm just okay.
Certain people I work with, you used to work with.
Yeah.
That I have to watch over.
Rip Shadow of the Establishment.
Rip Shadow of the Establishment. Gabe also works at a Shadow of the Establishment, but a different location.
Yes, rip.
What outside of Nintendo, we talk a lot about Nintendo, but I wanna move on. Outside of Nintendo, is there any big releases in the upcoming months that you guys are excited for?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Destiny 2 was like the big one that I wanted.
For me, there are a ton of sports games coming out. I know Call of Duty is a big one for everybody. I know that's coming out in November, but they have this year NBA 2K18 as well as NBA Live 18, which are coming out this weekend. And the lesser known one, NBA Live, is not as popular as 2K, but that comes out the day before. And I know NBA Live has made a bunch of adjustments and trying to compete with 2K. So it should be really interesting. I'm actually ended up getting both of them. That's what I'm doing, just because I want to play both, and I think they're both really good. So I'm interested in those. I'm really excited for that to come out.
Okay, and you said Call of Duty, that's the World War II one, right?
Yeah, that's World War II.
Did any of you guys know, is that Treyarch or Sledgehammer?
No idea.
I couldn't tell you.
I haven't caught.
I know last year's was Infinity Ward. I don't know who's doing this one, because they did the Modern Warfare re-release with last year's.
I forgot they're even doing like the
3 developers?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, they have to release a game a year.
The thing is, like, Call of Duty is so crazy because it's like still so popular, but I feel like I don't hear like.
The last year's had a big drop off. What was last year's? Was it Infinity Warfare?
Yeah, it's like 50% drop off.
Developer. You said the developer or the publisher?
Yeah. Is it Treyarch?
It's Sledgehammer. It's the developer.
Okay, so this one is Sledgehammer. Okay,
Yeah.
They're the new guys. They did.
Advanced Warfare, right?
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Advanced Warfare wasn't poorly received. It was received pretty well.
It was not, but it came out between Black Ops 3, which got a lot of good reception.
Yes.
And I think Ghost, which did not get good reception.
Yeah.
I think that's where it came out between, or I could just be talking on my butt.
No, I'm pretty sure Black Ops came out later.
Which one was Black Flag? It's the one with the ships, right?
The band?
Yeah.
Black Flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited for it, but it'll be cool to see.
You see, like, me and my friend Justin talked about this. You can say what you will about Call of Duty and Battlefield and go tit for tat, which one's better, which one's this, that, and whatever. They do a good job with at least putting in a decent story mode with every Call of Duty. Like, I've heard Battlefield games are just kind of like whatever with the story.
My Soap McTavish.
Yeah. This past Battlefield, you didn't even have a story mode. Like, you could just go back in time and like you go back in time and play as like some random soldier. Like, you didn't get to really see him that much. And like, I know I did one mission where I was like driving a tank, and I spent like 6 missions driving this tank and doing all this crazy stuff. But it was like various different times of the war and different people you would play as.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool, but I think Call of Duty definitely has very more in depth, especially the Modern Warfare when they had those franchise come out.
Yeah.
I want to say in the story mode there was actually a character with my name. Like, I remember someone sent me a picture. It was like
Yes.
Rip Daniel Edwards, and I was just like, "Excuse me."
At first, our friend Brian had sent it to us, and he likes photoshopping stuff. So I thought it was Photoshop, and then I was watching. I think Funhouse was doing a let's play of it,
Uh-huh.
and they get to that level, and they die, and it says "Rip Daniel Edwards."
And I was just like, "Am I dead?"
I can't remember what country you fought for, but yeah, you were there.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm also really excited for the Star Wars one.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
Oof, Jar Jar.
That's something I will probably play.
Jar Jar main. I'm not even sure if it's in the game at all, but I'm gonna main him somehow.
They have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna main Jar Jar.
The campaign, like, I like that idea. It looks like the campaign, like, little story mode they have in there. I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping that just randomly they'll be like, after you finish it, watch all the credits. They'll be like, "Oh, congrats, you unlocked Galactic Conquest." Because if they do that, I'll be
Galactic Conquest was amazing in Battlefront original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't play it but so much, but I had friends who played it, and every time we went over and played it, we had so much fun playing. Like, immediately go to free play, unlock everybody, play as all the Jedi and Sith.
It also felt so good that there were huge battles, and it would populate it with AI as well as human players, so it would actually feel like you're part of this gigantic battle.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friends used to play Yoda tag. Disable hero limits, only allow Yoda. We would play on Kashyyyk, and you just force push. If you get force pushed by who's it, you're it.
I never knew that was a game mode. That sounds really fun.
We played it. It wasn't really a game mode. We just did it. And
Yeah, that's like when I always play tag in Kirby Air Ride, where everyone gets off their cart, but the person who's it And whenever you run over someone, it shows you who you ran over. So the goal was if you're it to run over someone, and then if they got hit, they were it, and you had to hop off your car and run away, and they got on it, and they'd chase someone else around.
Okay, I changed my mind. Nintendo Direct needs to be 5 minutes about Smash and 40 minutes about Kirby Air Ride 2.
Please, Daddy Sakurai, please. I mean, Sakurai hates making sequels, though, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Put it in the hands of someone who cares about it, so that way we can get a
I'll
good
make
port.
it. I'll take the ring board over.
Daniel's gonna fly to Japan. Do it.
We're gonna Stardew Valley this game. Just us. Forever working on it.
Call him up. Hello, Mr. Nintendo.
I feel like Kirby Air Ride was like so simple, but it was just so perfect. Like it was just had the 3 game modes you only had,
Yeah.
and it was just so much fun.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the races were, like, pretty simple, but it was just fun.
It had a solid concept to stand on, so it was able to, like, made you want to come back and play it again.
Like, it's almost like a kart racer, but, like, it just wasn't. Like, it had its own
It's
thing.
like a feel-good kart racer.
It's a feel-good kart racer.
Wholesome
It's-
kart racing.
It's like what Smash did to fighting games, but for kart racers.
Yeah, like, it's just different and it's refreshing.
Daddy Sakurai's mind is a wonderful place.
It really is, but everyone just tries to corrupt it and take it for themselves.
Yeah, didn't he take campaign out of Smash 4 because of people putting subspace on YouTube?
Yeah, which, as an artist, makes sense to me, but, like, at the same time, it's just, like, it's gonna happen. It's a video game.
I mean, it's like, he has every right to do it, but it's like, oh, boo-hoo, people wanted to watch your game. Like,
Yeah, like, I don't think he quite realizes everything ends up on YouTube.
I mean, back in the day,
Everything.
that was a little bit earlier in the YouTube lifespan, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it was that bad. That was, like, 2008, I said?
Yeah, that's early in the, like, gaming life. Like, that's before Let's Plays took off.
I guess so.
Let's Plays took off in, like, 2011.
That's crazy.
PewDiePie.
Let's not talk about the news of PewDiePie,
Yeah.
because I don't care.
I mean, the dude is who he is. Like, I never looked up to him. That's all I can say.
He's not your hero?
No, I never thought
He's not your
anything.
Swedish papa?
No.
Toby Turner was mine.
People
and he betrayed me.
people put too much on YouTubers. Like,
I'm in the Markiplier camp. I don't care if people think he's a crybaby. He's a nice guy.
I love Markiplier.
That video he did that we always talked about, the war stash one, is still one of my favorite videos.
Stop. Yeah. I agree with the developers pulling games from specifically PewDiePie. Like, it was like the Firewatch like crew pulled like that game and future games, and
that's weird for gaming. Though.
it's dangerous territory. But I think for the most part, developers want their games on YouTube because it's free advertising. And I think if you're gonna have like that many like followers and have that much of an influence on people buying a game, and you just you're out there being a bad influence, like dropping the N-bomb and like hiring people in like different countries to hold up signs and say I hate you, like
Death to all Jews.
yeah, stuff like that. Like I wouldn't want you playing my game either. Like I want everyone else in the world playing my game. I don't want you with your influence and your like bigotry playing my game.
I just think we're going to see the landscape for gaming on YouTube change. I think gaming is heavily migrating to Twitch.
Yeah, we saw a big win with like fair use, and fair use kind of has to deal with gaming, with the H3H3 like lawsuit.
Fuck it, bold guy.
Yeah, there was that big win there, and now we're kind of seeing like people side with developers taking their games from Let's Players for specific reasons. And I think there's like that's a dangerous area to be in. Like what reason there is, and like if it's like you're messing with your livelihood. But I think for the most part, developers want their games on YouTube, and as long as that's the case, we're doing fine. As long as it's not like you're out there being offensive, especially with. See, it's not even like that. There's not people like dropping N-bombs and like being like bigots on YouTube. It's the fact that he is literally the biggest.
Yeah.
And he's on that pedestal.
But
and
he is the biggest, but he doesn't have a lot of engaged user base.
That's true, I guess. I don't know.
It's just a weird can of worms.
Yeah, it really is.
We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown before, stuff bounces off him, so.
I mean, because like the kids that are watching him, like they don't know about the news. They got the new video every time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, well, do you guys have any closing things you want to talk about or bring up or anything you're excited for or something?
I'm just excited about the Direct, and I'm excited to play more Destiny.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's my 2 big things right now.
Anything from you, Gabe?
Like I said, the Destiny 2 has been really good. I've liked it a lot so far, and I'm excited for the new releases of these basketball games.
Oh, I will say I am excited for whenever we get the multiplayer patch for Stardew.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yes.
something like on the back of my mind.
Because like I've been kind of playing it here and there and enjoying it, but I can tell I definitely really like it more when I can play it with my friends.
Once that comes out, we're probably going to sit down and talk about that for a
Yeah.
while.
Mm-hmm.
I know we both already have it on PCs, so I'm not even sure if we'll see. Probably gonna get it on Switch too.
I feel like this is going to be a good couple of months for games coming up.
So, if we're going to the holidays, for sure it's gonna be a great couple months. For games.
I cannot wait for Odyssey.
And yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'm not that big a fan of the series, but it's always been a guilty pleasure of mine.
Like the 3D Mario games?
No, the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Origins.
Origins
I would
comes out.
really like to try Origins.
That's looking a lot like an RPG with like where you can get different armors, different weapons.
I'm also a fan of the time setting.
Yeah, it's a sweet time setting. And like what I always did was after the holidays came out with all my Christmas money, but like, all right, did this Assassin's Creed game kind of like receive well? All right, I'll get it on sale, give it a shot. If I like it, cool.
Yeah.
And they took time for this one. Like, Assassin's Creed were 1 a year for a while. This is 2 years in development. Like, so hopefully they fix a lot of stuff that would plague the yearly releases, like the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they were pushing hard for the yearly releases.
Yeah, and then Unity and the one before Unity came out pretty broken.
Yeah.
I know Unity was infamous for it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even, look at playing them, honestly.
Also, PSA, if you're a PS Plus owner, Infamous Second Son is currently free on the service.
Yeah, that and then that VR game.
Yeah.
I forget what that one's called, but
Okay, well, we're going to bring ourselves out here for another week of the DilaBois podcast. We'll either see you again next week or maybe in a couple of days with the direct follow-up,
Yeah.
if it's anything of note. It could literally just be nothing interesting, but who knows.
Like the Nindies, the Summer of Nindies thing was definitely interesting, but it's not worth discussing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's big Smash news, big release news,
if it can wait till next week, we'll wait. But if it's big, we'll sit down and excitedly talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for listening, Gabe. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. We'd love to have you back.
thank you guys for having me.
All right, signing out. Bye bye.
Signing out, boys.
Later.